Okay, everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nathan ELEMENTofFROST, and we're back here yet again to do another episode prediction video for this week's up-and-coming episode of Fear the Walking Dead. This is the mid-season finale. This is Season 2, Episode 7, entitled Shiva. Now, what's interesting about the title, I actually pointed out in my episode review video of last week's episode, which is Sick at Service. You guys can go check that out. Link will be in the description below. Post it back on Monday. This title of this upcoming episode, which is, again, mid-season finale, so we're going to be taking a break until, I would guess, around August 14th is my guess when it comes back, but there's no confirmed date as of yet, so when there is, I will let you guys know, obviously, in a video. So, anyways, the title of this episode is pretty interesting because the title is called Shiva, and as you guys know, or if you guys follow the comic book or anything like that, and very, very soon in the TV show, by the way, The Walking Dead has a character in it named Ezekiel, okay? And this particular character has a pet tiger, and that tiger's name is Shiva. Now, I don't think it has any relevance to what's going on here in this episode, because the shows aren't really connected in any way whatsoever, other than the fact that it's a zombie apocalypse. But I just found it was interesting, you know what I mean? So I don't know, maybe they're trying to give you a little bit of a hint to what's coming in the next season of Walking Dead, or it's just a completely different title in general, not really meaning anything. Maybe they didn't even think of that, but who knows? We have no idea, right? But I thought it was interesting that the mid-season finale is called Shiva, because I thought that, I don't know, I just thought that was kind of cool, you know what I mean? So, anyways, the synopsis, as always, you guys can read on AMC.com. Link will be in the description below. You guys can follow along. But the synopsis of Season 2, Episode 7, the mid-season finale entitled Shiva, is our family faces their greatest test yet. Nick, Travis, Madison, and the others go to great lengths to keep each other close. Okay, so we can take a few good points, you know, from this synopsis, okay? For the starters, the first line here, our family faces their greatest test yet. For starters, our family, obviously meaning our core group. So that would be Nick, Alicia, Travis, Madison, Strand, Daniel, Ophelia, probably Chris is in there. You know, he's in the midst of going like full Shane, like psychopath right now, but he's probably in the mix. But anyway, that's what our core family essentially is. If I left anybody out, I do apologize, but I don't think I did. I think I covered everybody that's not already dead. But anyway, their greatest test yet. So this could mean a lot of things, you know what I mean? Like, this could mean walkers are attacking, you know, that land there in Mexico that they just got to. They could definitely be, you know, swarmed by a horde, or a herd, whatever you guys want to call them. That could definitely happen. Or this family could just turn out to be complete psychopaths, and, I mean, they could be cannibals, you know, we don't know. There's probably more than just people in Terminus that eat people, but other than that, we're not really sure what their greatest test yet would be. We can take a few things from, like, the promo. Shit looks to be breaking down and going crazy, really, it does. Like, we hear, Daniel, or not Daniel, but who was it? Was it Travis or was it Daniel? I don't know. I think it might have been it was one of them. You know what I mean? I don't know. In the promo, anyway, basically, one of them says, you know, you can't trust Celia. That obviously, you know, pointing to the mother of Strand's boyfriend. Well, I guess dead boyfriend now, right? So, Abigail, you know, the hit lady there, you know, that gives Nick food and stuff like that. Don't trust her. She is actually holding infected in basically her basement, essentially. Not really a basement, it's like a off-property type thing. I think it's still on the property land, but I mean, it's just like a separate building. You guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, she's holding walkers and, you know, stuff like that. So, I mean, she is dangerous, you know what I mean? She thinks that the infected are still human. You know what I mean? She just thinks they're sick, very similar to Herschel back in Season 2, which is what I compared it to in this last episode review. So definitely go check that out again. Make sure you do, okay? So anyway, this promo, like I said, it looks to be pretty insane looking, really. Nick, Travis, Madison, and the others go to great lengths to keep each other close. So I believe they're really just tightening the group up. They know basically that their group is the only one they can trust at this point. No one can trust anyone else at this, you know, place that they're at. Like, Celia and maybe even Strand. You know what I mean? Will he worry from the pack? We don't know. We have no idea which side he'll be on. But Nick, Travis, and Madison and the others go to great lengths to keep each other close. So that's obviously the core family. They know that they're probably the only ones that they can trust at this point. In the promo as well, we get to see Travis worrying about where Nick is, and then we see a little clip of Nick with a gun in his in the back of his pants, like in the waistband of his pants. What the hell is he planning to do? You know what I mean? He has a gun, so where did he get it for starters? You know what I mean? Maybe, did he just go to the armory? I assume they have one, because they did check all their guns and stuff like that at the gate. So whether or not they do actually have an armory or not, I guess we will find that out shortly. But he does have a gun now, and he's on the property and stuff like that. And it looks like Daniel's fighting off some people, and at the same time he's getting beat at the same time, like sort of surrounded and held, and people are punching at him. So what's happening there? You know what I mean? Did he try to challenge authority, or something like that basically made them fight back? We have no idea at this point, but I am interested in that character developing in that such a way, because Daniel's dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, he can be straight dangerous. He was like a torturer or whatever, right, in his past life back in the old wars and stuff that he fought in. That was his job, basically, like an interrogator, if you will. And I think he can definitely be extreme. And I'm interested to see what it looks like, for him to be the one actually getting beaten down. But at the same time, I think there's definitely resilience there, and I think he would most likely get back up and fight. Probably Travis and everybody else would help out as well, so that it's going to be interesting. You know what I mean? We see Ophelia actually in one scene crying or something, like screaming in terror or horror. It would sort of look like she's screaming at maybe her dad possibly dying. I sure as hell hope not, but she does have that type of scream that, somebody that she loves and is close to is in danger. So, I mean, that could have been very well just the scene where Daniel was getting the shit kicked out of him. That definitely could have been. And, we see Alicia actually holding Ophelia back. Didn't want to get Ophelia in the middle of it all. Didn't want to get her hurt, stuff like that. I totally understand that. So good on Alicia. But other than that, like I said, we could take a few things away. Saying, they can't trust Celia, stuff like that. We see Strand actually leading a pack of people down, like, the road at nighttime. And from what I can tell in the promo, none of those people behind him are actually members of his core group that he started out with. So that being, Madison and all them, Travis and Nick, stuff like that. That was in the middle of the night. Looks really weird. You know what I mean? We see walkers coming, where we have a POV shot rather of somebody walking through the walker horde. So that could very well be Nick again, using his technique to, spread himself in like walker guts and walk through them all. So it does look like we're going to get to see, some walkers and stuff like that. Maybe a herd pass through, or it could be just the infected in that barn or whatever it was. You know what I mean? That cellar, I guess, maybe. Whatever it was, maybe somebody lets them out. Maybe somebody, lets them loose and uses them to their advantage to maybe escape or something. Maybe they're being held there at their will now that they're starting to question them and stuff like that. We actually have no idea, you know what I mean, at this point. This is all insinuation, so any of it could be true, none of it could be true, we don't know, right? So I'm just taking what I can from the promo and the synopsis, and as well as the sneak peek, which I will get into right now. In the sneak peek, which, again, link in the description below if you guys want to check it out, as well as the promo. It involves basically Daniel and Ophelia basically sleeping. They're in the same room, everything like that. They actually hear something happen, and Daniel and Ophelia both get up. Ophelia is basically being dragged behind Daniel at this point, saying, we have to be fast, we have to hurry, there's no time, we can't wait, we got to go. And she does not look too good, you know what I mean? She does not look too hot in terms of her well-being. And in terms of just being generally hot, she's pretty sweet. But other than that, she is coughing and she's like slowed down, she's winded, and Daniel basically confronts her outside, what the hell's wrong with you? And she's just like, I'm not feeling so good. And Daniel looks at her And this is when I start to believe that this is most likely, and when I mean most likely, I mean most definitely, because it wouldn't make sense otherwise, some sort of a dream or a hallucination on Daniel's part, because she has like a little cut on her face when she looks up at Daniel, and she starts pulling this cut, and her face basically starts to deteriorate, and we see like the inner, red, bloody, fleshy part of her skin, like she's basically rotting away like a walker, right? So this leads me to believe that this is most obviously a hallucination or some sort of a dream or something like that, on Daniel's perspective. So what's going to happen there? I'm definitely interested, to see. Daniel is sort of breaking down a bit, you know what I mean? He's going a little bit cuckoo, if you will. Some things are getting to him, basically comparing this new life of the zombie apocalypse and stuff like that and having to survive to his old life, having to torture people. And I think it's finally starting to get to him. It's starting to catch up to him. And that's definitely going to be interesting to see where that goes, because he's done some pretty horrible things. I mean, it's pretty safe to assume that he might have actually peeled some skin off of like someone's face to torture them and get the answers and stuff like that before. So that could very well be just a hallucination or like a dream of what he did before, but now it's happening to his greatest prize, if you will, which is his daughter Ophelia. So again, very interesting to see what happens there. He's obviously going to wake up or something and notice that she's okay, probably in the bed beside him. Other than that, like I said, take some things from the promo. Shit looks to be breaking down. It is the mid-season finale, so chances are it is going to be very, very intense and very, very good showing compared to the rest of the series. So far, I think it's going to be, pretty cool. This is our first mid-season finale that we've ever had for Fear the Walking Dead, and I'm excited for it. So this is episode 207. So usually mid-season finale would be episode like 8, right? But this season and season 2, I most likely believe that it is supposed to be only about 15 episodes. I'm not really sure why they went with 15 instead of 16. It's only like one episode short, but I guess it is what it is, you know what I mean? First 7 and then the last 8 right before The Walking Dead. And The Walking Dead airs, I believe, on October the 9th. And if that date is true, then this show will be coming back on August the 14th. So that's going to be pretty damn cool. Because that's obviously 8 weeks leading up to The Walking Dead on October 9th, right? So that's my guess. I mean, it could come back sooner, and then we have a little break between then and The Walking Dead, but I doubt it, you know what I mean? I think that they would really lead it up to The Walking Dead, and between now and August 14th, it's about 2 months. So it sort of evens out, you know what I mean, to what we get between the mid-season finale and the mid-season premiere of The Walking Dead, usually, obviously ending beginning of December, starting back up in like the beginning of February, you know what I mean? So it makes sense, in my personal opinion, and that is my guess, is what's going to happen in this week's upcoming episode of Fear the Walking Dead. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, definitely feel free to hit it up with a like. If you guys disliked the video, feel free to hit it up with a dislike. I don't discriminate, you know what I mean? Like, dislike, same difference. If you disliked it, you know what I mean? I'm not asking for a like, that doesn't really make sense, but that's that, okay? So feel free to let me know in the comment section below what you guys think is going to happen in this up-and-coming episode of Fear the Walking Dead. Again, this is episode 207 and the mid-season finale. So I'm pretty pumped for it. I'm going to be tuning in this Sunday on AMC, which will be turning out to be May the 22nd. And that's essentially it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, everybody.